Everyone loved Johnson. He was the man people trusted with their secrets, their families, their futures. Even his own family believed he was a blessing. But what no one saw was that behind every selfless act was a plan, and by the time the truth was revealed, Johnson had already won. Or so he thought. Johnson was known for his kindness. He helped strangers without being asked. He showed up when others didn't. He spoke softly, smiled warmly, and listened deeply. People admired him for his selfless attitude. They called him rare. They called him genuine. His popularity spread quickly. Doors opened for him. Opportunities found him. Even his family received love and respect simply because they were related to Johnson. They felt proud, safe, protected by his reputation. No one questioned him, because who questions a good man? But goodness can be convincing. Johnson never helped without being noticed, never gave without witnesses, never sacrificed without gaining something in return. Every act of kindness was calculated. Every smile had timing. Every favor created depth. At night, when the praise stopped, Johnson planned. He remembered weaknesses people shared in trust. He noted who depended on him. He learned who needed approval the most. Johnson didn't want love. He wanted influence. Because when people love you, they defend you even against the truth. Slowly, things began to change. A friend who questioned Johnson found themselves isolated. A family member who disagreed with him was painted as ungrateful. No arguments, no confrontations, just quiet damage. And whenever doubt appeared, Johnson used his reputation to erase it. Johnson would never do that. He's too kind. He's done so much for us. That belief became his armor. Evil doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Behind closed doors, Johnson was different. Cold, patient, observant. He positioned himself between people, controlled information, turned trust into dependence. People didn't realize they were losing their independence because it felt like support. Johnson didn't destroy lives openly. He rearranged them until everyone needed him. And the more people trusted him, the more powerful he became. Then one person noticed. Not because Johnson slipped, but because he never did. Everything always worked in his favor. Every problem somehow elevated him. Every conflict ended with him in control. This person watched quietly, connected patterns others ignored. They saw that Johnson's goodness only existed when it benefited him. Truth doesn't rush. It waits. When the truth finally surfaced, it wasn't loud. It was undeniable. People felt betrayed not just by Johnson, but by themselves. Some denied it. Some defended him. Some stayed silent out of shame. Johnson smiled through it all. He believed his image would protect him forever. But reputations built on lies collapsed slowly. Then all at once, support faded. Voices went quiet. Doors closed. And for the first time, Johnson stood alone. No applause. No praise. No control. The man everyone loved was now the man no one trusted. Not because people hated him, but because they finally saw him. Here's the truth. Not everyone who looks good is good. Not all kindness comes from a pure heart. And not every helpful hand is clean. Some people use goodness as a disguise. True character shows when no one is watching, when there's nothing to gain, when kindness costs something. Pay attention to patterns, not performances. If this story made you uncomfortable, that means it mattered. Like this video if you believe character matters more than reputation. Subscribe for powerful stories that expose hidden truths. Share this with someone who needs to see beyond appearances, because the most dangerous people aren't the obvious ones. They're the ones everyone loves.